Ooh, Lord, ain't my trouble so hard. Ooh, Lord, ain't my trouble so hard.
Pleasure to meet you, sir. We have a mutual acquaintance in Chris Gowan.
Yeah.
He's representing Imran Awan tomorrow at a hearing, and I presented evidence to the U.S. Capitol Police that Imran was hacking Congress, and they gave it right to Chris.
I don't know anything about that.
Thanks for being here. There's a link down in your photo.
Yeah, hi. Jesse Winograd had told me to call and speak with Chris Gowan. Is he in?
Who's calling, please?
This is Jason Goodman.
Okay, one moment, please. How can I help you, Jason?
Chris, how are you? I just wanted to ask about this inadvertent disclosure now that it's become public. Last time we met, you told me that it was my fault and wait until I see what happens, and now we saw what happened, and I just was wondering if you could elaborate on that for me.
I don't have, I don't think you have any understanding, but are you recording right now, I assume?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's no information that I have that you don't have, but you brought some laptop or something to the Capitol Police that had nothing to do with this case, but you were trying to make it have something to do with this case, or I don't even know, but whoever took the laptop in didn't do it correctly or something along those lines, and of course the laptop that you brought in had absolutely nothing on it of any interest to anyone because there is nothing in this case, and that gentleman that that took the laptop in, or whatever happened with that, on your little YouTube video or something, he got in a lot of trouble. And
who got in a lot of trouble?
The person the Capitol Police officer that took that let you in with your video recording thing. I mean, just. Poor guy, over nothing, because obviously, you guys are all chasing something that doesn't exist here and making just daily outrageous accusations. I saw your little videos about me, and it's pretty sad, I think, but this is the world we live in, and this is what you guys, you think is helping America, and I don't know why anyone would feel the desire to be this dishonest in this.
What have I been dishonest about, Chris?
Every single claim about Imran, other than he called a property his primary residence on a bank loan that's totally paid off within a couple months. Every single allegation is false.
Oh, and so it's false that he had a Cox cable account and a high-speed internet router in the basement of a house that he wasn't living in?
That he owned a house that he rented, which had internet? What do you get? This is mind-boggling.
Well, Chris, if you've watched the videos, you'll know that the renter...
evidence of a crime.
Sorry?
That somebody had internet at their rental property.
No.
And that to you is worthy of going and trying to destroy someone's life, and because of an internet hookup, a Cox internet hookup.
Let me explain it to you, Chris, because, hang on, let me talk. I was listening to you mumble through what you just explained. Let me tell you why I think it's significant. I'm not going to insult you. You're telling me, this guy, that guy. You told me that I ruined the case. I brought evidence. Actually, excuse me, I didn't bring evidence. I drove the renter, who refused to even allow me to touch her evidence, to the U.S. Capitol Police. She felt it was significant because throughout the duration of the time that she rented that home from your client, she was intimidated by him. She was harassed by him. He came by 2 to 3 times per week, which I find highly unusual for a landlord to do at a rental property, particularly when that guy is supposed to be employed full-time in the IT department of the U.S. Congress, where he's paid 2.5 times the normal average salary of an employee there. That laptop went missing for several days and then reappeared on her bed. And Imran had the keys to the house. Imran was significantly upset when the basement flooded due to rain And there was an internet connection in that house prior to Laurel living there, after Laurel left, and it was not offered to Laurel as part of her rental of the house. It was a separate internet connection from the connection that Laurel used. And the reason why I find it to be significant, Chris, is because your client, Imran Awan, also had a locked shed on the property that Laurel was not allowed to access, that had a light on 24 hours, that when Laurel asked him to turn off the light, he said he could not because it was on an air conditioning unit that was required to keep that room cool. Now, unless he was storing perishable food in there, there's a limited number of things in a shed that would require temperature control, and a server warehousing stolen, hacked data from the U.S. Congress could be one of those things. So you see, I drove Laurel to the police to give them evidence, and the last time we spoke, you spoke to me in a similarly condescending way that I feel was intended to intimidate me. You told me, wait until I see what I did to screw up this case. I didn't do anything. I'm a civilian. And if I have evidence that I bring to the police and they give it to you instead of the prosecutor, that's the police screwing it up. Do you know that I spoke to an experienced law enforcement agent who's now a journalist, who told me that in his opinion, the only way the U.S. Capitol Police would have made a mistake like that would be if you or someone in your office intervened? Did anyone over there at Gowan, Silva, and Winograd do that? And what happened to Mr. Rhodes? Why is he not there anymore?
Oh, my God. So first of all, I'm going to just go ahead and guess that in your deep, thorough, investigative journalism that you pride yourself on and claim to be a real truth seeker, that you must have looked in to see what this internet, who was the name on that internet account that you're so obsessed over. And when you did that, I know you found that it was the previous owner of the property that they still had stuff in a shed that was locked in theirs and had nothing to do with Imran.
No, you just made that up. I didn't find that.
You did your investigation and figured that out.
No,
and then,
that's not what I figured out. Where do you have evidence that indicates that, Chris? I don't think that's the case. I think you just made that up. So you're telling me for 2 years the previous owner had an internet connection at the house?
Why don't we do this? Why don't we wager $1,000 and to say whose account this internet?
Are you a lawyer or a bookie, Chris? I'm not
over.
wagering with you, Chris. I'm asking you
questions.
questions.
Well, then why don't you stop making things up?
Making it up? What am I making up? Tell me what I'm making up, Chris.
You're okay. So I mean, so you're making up the fact you're not reporting. You're not doing your job. I mean, it's not your job. You're not even a reporter. So
I'm not a reporter? Why am I not a reporter, Chris? Why am I not a reporter?
You're making allegations based on
photographic
no
evidence.
Photographic evidence. You didn't even go and pull the evidence of whose account that internet was to. You didn't even look and see where that shed was even registered. You didn't do any work.
Shed registered? Where do you register a shed? The Department of Sheds? Chris, hang on. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. Chris, stop filibustering and tell me, where does one register a shed, Chris? It's attached to the house, and he's got high-speed internet running into it. What was it doing there?
Okay.
Why did he freak out when the basement flooded?
And how many times, did that woman pay her rent? And
what does that have to do with him warehousing stolen congressional data in a house that he freaked out when the basement flooded?
Well, see, now there you go lying, right?
No, I'm not lying. I'm asking. Maybe I'm incorrect.
What evidence do you have that he was storing stolen congressional data?
Didn't the U.S. Capitol Police accuse him of that, and didn't they bar him from the network in the Capitol because he was suspected of hacking?
False.
Didn't he threaten his stepmother?
Completely and totally false.
And hack her cell phone?
Completely and totally false.
Oh, yeah? Weren't there a bunch of congressional BlackBerries at the house that he rented to Andre Taggart?
Completely false. In fact, that whole story has gotten the FBI and the U.S. attorneys furious at all of these little twerp reporters that had been writing that, because what it was there was an old BMW radio that was in there that was damaged from a car accident.
Andre Taggart said he saw BlackBerries with government markings on them.
It was found. Yet you guys you're just making stuff up.
No.
Making stuff up.
Did you see the interview with Andre Taggart? I just sat there and listened to him say it. I didn't make it up. Do I somehow, am I a ventriloquist? Do I control?
Andre Taggart
He's a liar.
Is a criminal.
Why is that? What has he done that's criminal?
He stole all of Imran's stuff. Even there's not one single agent in the FBI.
You have just accused a U.S. Marine, a war veteran, of being a criminal, and you're defending Imran Awan?
What's that?
You've just accused a Marine, a veteran,
Marine, Taggart,
of being
criminal.
criminal?
C-R-I-M, criminal.
I think that's incorrect. I think he might have been in a
Criminal.
civil dispute. So where are the criminal charges against Taggart?
Obviously, my client, because of all this shit that's going on, is not going to go raise criminal charges right now and have more press dealing with him. So he's just taking the loss.
It sounds like that would be a civil suit. I think that would be a civil matter. That sounds more like. Are you sure you're a lawyer, Chris? Are you a real lawyer or are you a fake lawyer?
Think that taking property of someone that's not yours
I don't think
is
he
not
took
a criminal
it.
matter?
I think Imran left shit there.
You think that's not criminal?
Chris, you are just
stop insulting
so
me.
unbelievably unscrupulous. It's crazy, man. I mean,
Oh, right. And now see, there you go again. You have no evidence.
What happened to that letter?
Not
I have
a
a
single
ton of
piece of
evidence,
paper.
dude.
Not
I have
a
a
single
ton of
document. Not a
evidence.
single thing.
Photographs of your
Ruining
client's
someone's life
high-speed
because you are a
internet.
piece of garbage.
I'm a piece of
You're a
garbage.
low-life piece of garbage.
I'm a low-life piece
with
of
a fake
garbage.
show, and you
Fake
guys,
show?
all of you, are disgusting.
I'm
and all of you
disgusting.
think Donald Trump is the hero and the guy that's going to get us out of it.
I think you're
And all
afraid
it
of
is
Donald
because
Trump
you love
because
Donald
when he
Trump.
puts all of
And you
your
think Donald
buddies in
Trump-
jail, your jig will be up, Chris. You, sir, are a joker and a bullshit artist. And we're going to see what's going to happen to your client, and we're going to see what's going to happen to all your buddies from the Clinton Foundation when Donald Trump, who's the president, who I hope will be a hero, figures out what the hell was going on at the Clinton Foundation in between times you were getting Bill Clinton Diet Cokes. Chris, you're a disgrace, brother. I got a lot of evidence, and you have just dodged
You don't
every
have a
single
single
question.
piece of evidence, you
What
liar.
is? I'm not
You are a
lying,
liar.
dude. What is the
You are the biggest
photograph?
liar I've ever met.
Oh, really?
You're a liar.
You gotta look in the window. Where's his Uber account, Chris? How's the Uber driving going for Imran? You calling me a liar? Dude, how do you look at yourself in the mirror?
Okay, so how about this? Well, I'll bet you $1,000 that Imran Awan had an Uber account when I said he did.
Isn't it illegal to gamble in Washington, D.C., Chris? You gonna make a bet with me? You don't know? Aren't you a lawyer, Chris? I'm not betting with you, you jerk. Listen, I'm done talking to you, Chris.
I will give you all the. You can buy the evidence.
You
You can buy the evidence. I'll give you. You can give us. You can pay me for my time, and I'll give you all the evidence you want.
I'll pay you for your time. It's worth
whatever
about
you want to
4
ask.
cents. All right? I'll
What?
give you 4 cents. That's what your time is worth.
Okay.